Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Jack Martin, the Southern Area Super Welterweight Champion, and he's back out on the 17th of June, Brentwood Centre, and he's fighting Ryan Maycock. Yeah, glad to get you back on.
Cheers, mate. Good to be back on.
Good stuff. But before we because I got you on before the Jordan fight, didn't I?
Yep.
Talk me through that fight and then talk me through that fight against Jordan.
Against Jordan Dujon.
Yeah.
Um, that was a good fight. I really enjoyed it. To be fair, first time I went 10 rounds, full distance. Uh, put a lot of pressure on. Jordan's very slick, very good boxer. So there was a lot of controversy around some of the result, but to me, I watched it back 2 or 3 times, and I still couldn't split it. I
Mm,
watched it one time, I give it to myself. I watched it another time, I thought he nicked it. I watched
yeah.
it another time, and I thought a draw. So it weren't for me
No
to
offense.
start.
I watched it and I had him to. I agree with the ref, but I wouldn't.
Yeah,
You couldn't have argued. It was a close fight, and you're a very game fighter. You come forward. That's because you saw when you fought Shaq. It was an
yeah,
absolute war.
well, yeah. I mean, I'm that fight against Dujan. Like, I'd hate to be a judge. Like, again, it depends what you scored. That you could score the cleaner shots, the back foot boxing, which was probably Jordan, or you could score the pressure and the aggression, which was me. So.
When you
I'd,
were in
I'd
the ring, did you feel like you nicked that one or?
I really didn't know, to be fair. It was just so tight. And again, I was throwing probably like 10, 15 punches and maybe landing 3 or 4 sometimes. So I'm not too sure really. Once I thought I mean I definitely feel like I outworked him, but
Do you feel that
um
defeat though has made you want it more in that second fight? I mean, not the
yeah,
second fight against Shaq. I mean,
yeah, definitely. It was I think you sort of have this feeling of sort of afraid of losing when you're undefeated. And like, because I mean, I think I can speak for a lot of boxers, and I think the only thing you don't want to do is obviously lose. Like, I think that's the worst feeling. It's just so but once I got the loss, it sort of, you know what, I feel like it took a massive weight off my shoulders,
hmm
and it was like, right, I've lost the fight now. I know what it's about. It doesn't really, well, it does matter, but you know what I mean. You sort
yeah,
of, you can move on. Like, I still proved. I think once, if I had lost on the way up to the Southern Area title, it would have probably knocked me down a few pegs, and I would have had to then maybe have a few more fights to get up to that level. But I think fighting for the Southern Area, losing, but knowing I put on a good performance,
mm.
it sort of, and I deserve to be at that level. I took the loss on the chin really well. I
And
feel,
from
yeah.
those last two fights, your ranking on Box Rec has gone up.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm at now. I think I'm 14th, maybe. I'm
13th,
in.
I think.
Oh, right. I know I'm in the top 15, I suppose. Yeah. So I mean, that's great.
That is very good, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant.
What about the Shaq Day one? Because from the start, it was just an absolute full out war. What was it like being in there?
Oh, it's excellent. I loved it. I love that sort of fights, sort of
Because that's your
taking a couple,
fight, isn't it? That's your kind of
taking a
fight.
couple of shots, throwing a couple back. It's yeah, like it's brilliant. I loved it.
I mean, there was blood flying everywhere.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
great
great fight to be
atmosphere as
involved in.
well.
Yeah, it's excellent. Like, I think that can go down as one of the great fights, like in York Hall, one of the good nights.
Oh yeah, that's what probably the best fight I've seen all year.
Oh, brilliant. Nice seeing, mate.
Absolute
Cheers.
war that one. And I
Yeah,
and I always knew when it went to decision that you were landing the better shots. Um, yeah,
yeah.
I knew you. I kind of agree with the ref 97, 93.
Yeah, I mean, again, when I was in there, it was sort of hard to tell. Like, I think after the Dujon fight and not getting the decision, and then obviously hearing people say, "Oh, you should have won it," or and then obviously as you said, like you agreed with the ref. So once it actually got down to the final, like when the bell went for on the Shaq fight, I said to my coach, I just said, "Who? What do you think?" Like, 'cause I still didn't really know myself. I thought I
Did
knew
you
I'd done
think you
everything in
won?
my power. Well, once I look back on it now, yeah, definitely. I think that our scoring was perfect. Yeah,
Hmm. So with because this is because of course you've got Ryan your upcoming fight. Um,
yeah.
of course, did you watch that tournament that like tournament he was in?
I didn't watch it at the time, but I've gone back and looked at it, and just I've watched it once now. I watched the final, and yeah, I watched the Ravel fight as well.
Thoughts on Ryan as a fighter?
He's tricky, like as he said himself, he's an awkward fighter. He can box back and he can box on the front foot as well. I think I mean he says that he's like very technically better than me, but again I think he can be a bit wild at times. Well, say
He
similar to
said to
me
me because
really.
I interviewed him when was it? A few days I think 2 weeks back or something. He said
Right,
that he said he could stand and trade with you if he wanted
right.
to because he said even though he doesn't have many knockouts, he said he still carries that power.
Yeah, I mean people don't think that I carry power really, and then and people think they can sort of go through me and trade with me until it seems to be that I was always the underdog, and people think they can walk through me until they got in the ring with me, really, and
So
see that
going
I've got a
into the fight against Shaq, do you feel did you like kind of have that underdog mentality?
yeah, definitely. When I got offered that Shaq fight, I knew it was going to be straight back in for a Southern area. I could have easily took a 6 round or a couple of 6 rounders to warm back into it,
Yeah, like after the
but
Jordan fight.
yeah, it was so. And I thought I didn't really want to go straight back in 6 rounds. I proved that I'm probably better over the 10 round stretch.
Oh,
So
100%.
and getting offered the Shaq fight, I knew that he was obviously 15-2. He'd won a Southern area before, and I thought like what better chance to prove that I'm still at that level than to just jump straight back in the deep end, really.
Hmm. Of course. And the hard work paid off. I'm sure you were relieved when your hand got raised.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, it was like a dream come true, really.
Hmm. So this is Ryan's first 10 round fight. Do you think if it goes late, but like later on in the fight, do you believe it will play into your hands?
Um, I'm not too sure. I mean, I feel that I always grow stronger as a fighter as the fight goes on. That's why I feel like the long distance rounds always suit me compared to 4 to 6 rounders. I feel like I'm just sort of getting going. So I think 10 rounders suit me. So it depends. It depends if he starts fading and I start growing. You never know, really.
Hmm. So so for you, really, are you trying to win the belt like outright, sort of?
No, I mean, after I won it, I got my manager offered a defence and said maybe if we get a defence in, and then later on in the year, try and move on to something else, either like an English eliminator
Yeah,
or anything else really. I mean, I'm open. I'm open to. I listen to my manager and listen to my trainers and see what they offer really, what they think.
yeah. Of course, is this your second time boxing in the Brentwood Centre?
No, it's my fourth, I think. Yeah, I had my first pro fight, my third pro fight.
Then
And
you
then
fought Liam as well.
yeah, no, yeah, I thought Liam Wells there. Yeah, this is my fourth time at Brentwood.
He's fighting on the card as well, I think.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I see that the other day. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Lee, I think he's gone up to middleweight now.
yeah, I see challenge for the Southern area at middle. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure he'll win that southern area up at middleweight.
yeah, I think so. He's good. He's obviously a good enough boxer too. I think.
Yeah, of course he's fighting Tommy Jacobs, who you was meant to be boxing. What happened with I know what happened with you and Tommy?
That just fell through last minute. Tommy got an injury. I think he damaged his knee and it swelled up and he
What?
just
Why did
couldn't.
it never get rescheduled, like to fight again?
I don't think it was sort of that big of a fight to be sort of rescheduled. It was more of like another step up for me. And instead, obviously, I took a massive jump and boxed Liam instead.
Oh yeah,
So, like, I got offered either a journeyman or Liam, and I thought again it was sort of I don't want to go in and then fight another journeyman.
because you were
I,
training for Tommy, who was who's a prospect, so you may as well just fight
yeah,
another prospect, and it paid off.
yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, obviously, as I say, I got offered the Liam one, and I thought why fight a journeyman instead when I can just sort of take a step up, take a risk, and fight
Of
someone
course,
a lot.
last time out you got it when you fought at Brentwood Centre, you got a knockout. Is the same thing gonna happen?
I don't know, mate. We'll see. Like as I say, I don't ever go out looking to knock my opponent out or to searching for that one shot. But you never know. If it goes, if it comes, it comes.
Hmm. Of course, you're on Johnny's show, Johnny Clark. Um,
Yeah,
because his last because when I was there at his first show, it didn't feel like a small hall show at all. It great setup, all good fights throughout the card. So mate, I think are you main event?
yeah. Main event. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a stacked card, isn't it? Top to bottom.
yeah. I think there's like 10, 12 fights on. I think on this show, so it's definitely going to be. I think a late one for me, but I'm used to that. But
But that's what you
yeah.
kind of
I
want
mean, I
now,
see.
isn't it? Now you're getting these bigger fights and
Yeah, and I'm used to it. I was always sort of, even in the amateurs, we was always traveling and always on late, always on last, and I'm used to it now.
yeah. So for any of the people wanting to come and buy a ticket off you, how much?
They are £50 tickets for unreserved seating, and table tickets are £80 per person, and yes, 10 to a table. Yeah,
Mhm. Contact Jack for an amazing night of boxing down at Brentwood Centre. 17th of June it is, yeah.
yeah. Cheers, mate.
Um, oh, what was I going to say? Because how many more fights do you want to have this year? Because now you're getting into these 10 rounders, you're going to start having like 2, 3 fights a year as because so you get
Uh,
a longer camp. You know what I mean?
yeah. I'm not too sure. I mean, from my last fight, I probably had two or 3 weeks, maybe. Well, 2 weeks out, but only really a week out at the gym, and then I was sort of back in, but just not in a camp, just sort of ticking over, keeping. So like my weight didn't creep up too much. I still stayed relatively fit. I like it like that. To be fair, I mean, it works for me. Works for me being still in the gym and just ticking over really. So if I think now I've just sort of got to be ready in case you get late phone calls or something like that. Now I'm at sort of a decent level that I think anything can happen. You could get late phone calls, late replacement fighters. So if I get any chance to sort of jump on any big shows, I like to be ready and ready to go if I need
Hmm.
to.
So who's the super welterweight English champion? Isn't that vacant?
No, Sam Gilly's got the English title
Yes,
at the
Sam
minute.
Gilly's got it. Yeah, sorry, because I think Sam Gilly will make one more fight like defending it, and then he might push on for the British. So you might get if everything goes to plan against Ryan. I know you're not looking past him, but who knows? You might get mandatory for the English.
Yeah, I mean, well, I know there's a lot of eliminators. I see an email from the board the other day, and I think there's 2 or 3 eliminator fights already
Well,
lined up.
you just
So
keep doing what you're doing, mate, and it's
yeah, definitely. I'll just keep trying to chip away. I'm open to anything really, like whatever my manager wants. But any titles, really, English, any international titles, anything.
yeah. Just try and stay busy, really.
Yeah, definitely. And a belt's a belt as well. Like any now I've won one title, I'm hungry for more belts.
Of course, mate. Once you get the first one, you're hungry for more.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Did you, of course, because Ryan's also fought Jordan. Did you watch any of that one?
I haven't really yet, but I watched a bit of it when I was training for the Jordan fight, but then I didn't really take much from it. But I'll probably go back and have a look at it in the next couple of weeks just to refresh my memory a bit. But as I mean, what as Ryan said, he thinks he's a totally different fighter now, and he reckon he was saying he's only 25% against Jordan. So I can only take that with a pinch of salt, really, that fight, and just prepare for the best Ryan Maycock on the night.
Yeah. Do you like because normally you don't get to do these face-offs like what you've been doing on Johnny show. Did you like
Yeah,
that? Like getting
uh,
more media and stuff?
yeah, I don't mind it. I like the camera. The camera's good. Like, but I mean, I find it awkward because I'm not one of them fellas. I'm not a trash talker. I
Yeah.
never have been. I always respect my opponents. So like, I'm glad it didn't get really trash talky. I think, but other than that, no. I mean, Brian seemed like a good man. Seemed like a good bloke. He like we had a little chat before. We had a little chat after.
And
It was
it's
it was
going to be a
fun.
good fight at the end of the day. Always good fights when you both are fighting. So
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I think it'd be a great fight. I think it'd be good.
it will be. I think it's live streamed as well, which is just a bonus as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Get like the more viewers, the better.
It's on the British BBTV or something.
Oh yes, I did see that. Yeah, the BBTV. Yeah,
Yeah, get it just gets your name out there even more, which is good.
yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah,
That's good stuff. And before I let you go, Jack, do you want to just shout out manager, just anyone?
yeah. We'll shout out all the fans buying tickets and my continued support. I really appreciate it. All my sponsors as well. Uh, it's hard to name my sponsors off the top of the head, but they all know they are.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and just my trainers, obviously my wife, my family, everyone that continues to stick by my side and push me and help me on the way in this journey.
And good luck with the fight, Jack. Yeah, good luck.
Excellent. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Nice one, Jack.
Top man. Thanks, mate.